Àwọn tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun papa. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun papa. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun papa. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun papa. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú.
Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I bet you have been following the news, especially the one that came from Igangan, Ibarakpa local government area for your state this morning. Well, we have received the report and we have received the confirmation that overnight, the Fulani terrorists, they struck. They struck the community of Igangan, that same community that used to be the forest of that community that used to be the den of kidnappers in that axis of your state of Yoruba land. In January, the people of Igangan, they raised alarm over the incessant kidnappings, attacks on farmers, on farms in their area. Oloye Sunday Igboho is from Okeogun area. Igboho Okeogun. That's semi-Barapa local government areas in that your state. So as a son of the soil, he was called upon. And he went there to meet the Seriki, somebody they call the Seriki Igangan. Seriki Igangan, now the famous man who eventually have to leave Igangan. Now that story that brought peace, that move, that eventually brought peace to the people of that axis. Women, they came out, they were celebrating. They said for years, they have been victims of kidnapping for rape because they couldn't afford any money this Fulani will ask for. Aged women were being kidnapped and raped to death by these murderous animals. However, after the visit of Sunday Igboho, that changed. And since then, Sunday Igboho, they have put a target behind him. A target that he must be arrested or he must be eliminated. This has been going on for the past 5 months. Sunday Igboho's house was attacked, burnt down by the same people who felt like, how dare he go to that Igangan to chase away the Seriki of kidnappers in that axis. They all claimed innocent, but the people knew what they were and who they were. 5 months after that, they returned back to that same Igangan. And sadly, they have murdered Yorubas in their scores, dozens. We may never get the exact figure yet, but as cowards that they are, like they do everywhere else, they don't operate, they don't fight people in the afternoon, during the day. They don't come as an army to say we are coming to fight. They don't. They are a bunch of cowards protected by the government in Nigeria, the regime, the tyrannical dictatorial regime in Nigeria. These are a bunch of cowards with guns who only attack armless, unarmed people, vulnerable people. And they do it, even so with their guns, they do it at night. They hide in the forest to kidnap people who they know are armless, travelers, people they can use their gun to intimidate, rape, kill, and even collect ransom from. And yet, there is no institution. There is no institution in Nigeria looking for them. There is no institution in Nigeria that's going to prosecute them. They do this, they get away with it. On to the next one. Sadly, they carried the same act out in Igangan in the middle of the night for hours. People couldn't reach out. They couldn't call for help. Overnight, they murdered women, children, aged, vulnerable people in their sleep. They burned down the community, including the palace of the, head of Igangan, the Oba of Igangan. They burned down his palace. We don't have the full story yet, but people are already there covering all of that for us, which we'll bring back to you in detail. These are a bunch of cowards. What Yorubas were asking for, and we are still asking for, is not that we want to control Sokoto. We want to decide the fate or the lives of people in Kano, Borno, or anywhere. We just said we don't want people who are undocumented enough that they are so powerful to beat those we call government in Yoruba land, that we don't want them to exist in our forest. They are occupying this forest illegally, right? And they are now using the power of force, arm, to force us to either accept it or they will burn down our cities. They will burn down our communities. They will burn down everything that we hold dear. They will destroy everything, and they are doing it. And this is where I get so mad with those who want to be politically correct. For those of you who have joined them in putting in putting a target behind Sunday Igboho, in putting a target behind your fellow Yoruba brothers and sisters who have seen it, that number one, we have become so incapacitated, handicapped, simply because we profess to be part of Nigeria. Everyone is fed up and everybody is fighting back. Push them out. But instead of those who have the control, those who have the whistle to blow the whistle and stop their dogs from this murderous campaign, they chose to intimidate us more by telling us that they will speak to us in the language that we will understand, the language of violence, bloodbath, civil war, genocide. These are the languages they are unofficially speaking to us. As you are watching this video, they just spoken to us in Igangan. And how do you think the families of those killed, innocent people, people who have no reason to die, got killed, and you will never get any explanation for it, other than people telling you to be careful of what you say. And what is that message they are actually so good at sharing and then enforcing on you? Be careful. Be careful. Watch what you say. Can you say that to the families of those killed now? And I told you, we saw them do it at Ojaodon in Ogun State. We saw them send many communities in Ogun State into refugee camps in Benin Republic. They did it in February. We broadcasted it. We shared the story. People, the victims, narrated their ordeal. The people who are in charge of Yoruba land, those who claim to be our political representatives, they kept warning us, the message of a fear. Be careful, watch what you say, or you will lose your liberty. They have lost their liberty. Every Yoruba son and daughter in the current contraption called Nigeria, you have lost your liberty. You just haven't realized yet. Some of you are living in denial, but you will be kicked back to reality with the events that are going to follow. We caught this video. I'm not going to share all the videos. Some of them are too graphic. They are too graphic to share. And if you still want to be seeing Maiyegun, I will advise that we don't share that on this broadcast. But there is one that you can at least relate to it. One that tells you exactly what it looks like in Igangan this morning.
Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ni mo ṣe fídíò yìí ní Sunday. Gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí Fulani pa, tàbá sọ, ẹ̀ràn wa kọ́ni lọ́wọ́, ẹ̀ràn wọn èèyàn lọ́wọ́, ogun ń bọ̀, ẹ̀wòrán Ṣógun ò ti dé, Ṣógun ò ti dé, òkú tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí more than 15, ẹ̀wòrán Ṣógun dí àbí ogun òde, iṣẹ́ Fulani lẹ́wọ̀n yìí o, èyí Sunday lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ilé iṣẹ́ tí ń rí, gbogbo akọ́nẹ́jọ́ ẹni dé, wọ́n ti pọ́nmọ́ Yorùbá tó bá ẹni dé ẹjọ́. Ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run má kí àìjẹ wá gbé gbogbo ẹ bá ti wo fídíò bá ń pe Koiki ẹjọ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí this is war ẹ ti rí ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run fóònù mi kan ti fẹ́ kú fóònù mi ti fẹ́ kú ẹ wo Ìgangan láwà Ìgangan láwà ẹ jẹ́ ká shut down Nàìjíríà lẹ́ni ẹ jẹ́ ká shut down Nàìjíríà lẹ́ni ẹjọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká shut down Nàìjíríà lẹ́ni èní Sunday ẹ já shut down Nàìjíríà òkú ti pọ̀ ju ẹjọ́.
For those who probably don't understand Yoruba very well, that is the scene of what Fulani did to the people of Igangan. Every home you see there burned down. The occupants have been killed. They were burnt inside their houses. Some people were macheted and butchered right there in their sleeps. Children, you don't want to see the images. They are all there on the social media. And that is the social media they are about to shut down. So no story anymore. Okay? There is no story anymore. Don't let anybody tell you that the time to push back is not now. It is now. And this is not about dragging or bragging now anymore. I'm going to use this opportunity to call on those who have already put themselves at the forefront, in the forefront of this struggle. Oloye Sunday Igboho, you now have the capacity. You have the support. If anyone is telling you that, maybe Yorubas are not ready, I can tell you this. All the events that are going to begin to happen from now on, they are going to to get many of those who don't agree with us now to begin to agree with us. Oloye Sunday Igboho and everyone in the Ilana Omo Yoruba, Ilana Omo Oodua team all over Oduduwa land, home and abroad as well. It is now a call for action. Listen to me very carefully. It is not because we are just going to start the recruitment of those who are going to create a cluster security system in Yoruba land. We no longer want to pretend about it. Amotekun director, General Togun or Major Togun, the man in charge of Amotekun in Oyo State, few days ago, he came out and he said he has to be very, very honest with every Yoruba son and daughter. All the Yoruba forests have been surrounded. Oyo State is currently occupied by these terrorists that the moment they activate them, everybody will now realize that it is actually war. Now, they brought Amotekun, incapacitated Amotekun. So we can no longer trust those who brought Amotekun to tell us that we should be calm. Amotekun will take care of it. Amotekun won't, especially the Amotekun they have now. So I am using this opportunity for us to now to activate all our own cluster security system in Yoruba land. I will mention those that are known to me. And for those of you who know more, you know what I'm talking about. Call this my own whistle. I am blowing it now. And I'm using this opportunity to tell you that it is time for action. There is no time for complaint anymore. Cluster security system that will be championed by those who have been in the trenches for so long. The likes of the OPC, Oodua, People's Congress. You have trained mercenaries. Those who understand the terrains of Yoruba forest. From Ondo State down to Osun. From Osun to that same Ibarapa. The Ibarapa Mejeje. And everywhere, Okeogun, down to Ekiti, all the Ekitiketes, all our forests, down to Ogun State, including that same Lagos State where they have already sent in their Okada rider, who are pretty much terrorists, who are disguising and carrying their own AK-47. Every Okada you see, right there, that you see them, open their seat, you will find where they're talking their gun or every other dangerous weapon. They are waiting to be activated. I am now asking, Iba Gani Adams, whatever rancor, whatever all these differences that has happened there in the recent times, there is no longer time for rabble-rousing. There is no longer time for theories. There is no longer time for theatrics anymore. It is time for actions. And this call for action should never be secret anymore. We want to build confidence in the Yoruba people. We want Yoruba people to know that we can protect ourselves. We are just so unfortunate to be trapped in the contraption called Nigeria. Activate all our guerrilla mercenaries, OPC members, home and abroad. I remember when Iba Gani Adams last year called on the veterans, OPC veterans, to return back to Yoruba land. If you are abroad, you know those of you who received that message. Many people have returned. And we want you to now activate them fully. When OPC went to this same Oyo to arrest one of those terrorist kingpin in Oyo, I can't remember his name right away. But you remember the guy that was arrested, Iskil Wakil. I remember his name now. Iskil Wakil or Wakil. You remember him, right? OPC members, they activated an operation, a coded operation that will put an end to the activities of a Wakil in that region. They didn't inform the police. They went there and no single person was shot. And they captured Wakil, the kingpin of all these armed terrorists. All his men, they ran away. They arrested those they could arrest. They handed them over to the police. Do you know what happened after? The police kept Wakil somewhere and they arrested the OPC members that arrested him. That must stop. There is no more cooperation with the Nigerian police. There's no more cooperation with the Nigerian government. All this activation of all these security apparatuses, you should activate them openly now. Bring them to the public. Let's see them. Those who are going to go into that forest and flush these people out genuinely this time around. We have the army of Agbekoya. You don't need to know them. Some of the army of Agbekoya, they are those who have also formed cluster security system called the Vigilante in Yoruba land. It is time to harmonize all of them. I mean, it is not just to bring them together and give them the Shakabula gun. I am talking about arm them with sophisticated weapons. We are not just going to go and face these terrorists with the protection of our own forefathers and all of that. Provide them with fortified, bulletproof vest, air protection. Protect them properly. Publicly show them that Fulanis no longer control or have a say in Yoruba land. The political correctness has come to an end. And Sunday Igboho, Oloye Sunday Igboho, I know you are likely to be watching this video. I'm talking to you directly. And I'm actually going to try and bring you on Maiyegun's diary this week. They have activated the war. Yorubas are not asking for war. Yorubas are about to defend ourselves. If anybody tells you they are coming together to protect Yoruba land is a call for war, tell them that you will no longer buy that lie anymore. Nobody will use that propaganda to dissuade you from what? From supporting those who are now going to stand to protect you. Or else, you see, we have been reading about 88 people killed in Kebbi, 300 people killed in Benue, 40 people killed in this place, 180 people killed there, 200 people kidnapped here and there. Now, this is the time. I have told you that by the time you get to the third quarter of 2021, they would activate what will then trigger the same scenario of things you have been hearing and reading about in northern Nigeria for the past 6 years. You will be witnessing them in Yoruba land now. Igangan is the latest. There have been many that they have attacked, ransacked, but because Yoruba control the media to some extent, and the criminals in charge of that media, they have also cowered into the whim and caprices of the criminals, the Fulani jihadists. Let's bring them together. Let's activate them. That is the call now. We have these guys. There is no longer any cooperation with Nigeria anymore. What Yorubas are asking for is not war. What we are asking for is our safety, our protection, which the Fulani invasion, the armed Fulani terrorist invasion is about to take away from us. The safety, our life, our most precious thing, our life. And that is not a call for war. And if we then demand that we don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore, that also is not a call for war. So we should now activate all our own cluster security system in Yoruba land now. Yoruba governors, you don't have an idea of what is coming. Or you do, but you are underplaying it. And we understand why. Because some of you are talking about 2023. 2023 is not going to happen the way you are planning it. If you don't believe it before now, you should begin to believe it. There will be no election in 2023, not in Yoruba land. I'm not saying they won't write they may put their charade together and as usual, write their results, write their names. But you and I, we will live long enough to what? To eventually witness this to come to pass. There will be no 2023 election. Not in Yoruba land. Maybe in their own Nigeristan anyway, or Uranians or Iranus country, whatever it is, you can now begin to believe that Yorubas are not going to prepare for 2023. Nobody will be dragged into legitimizing another fraud, another suicide mission. You will not, I will not, nobody in Yoruba land will be willingly join this anymore, except for those you have coerced, brainwashed, paid to join you in chorusing this. And we'll see how you're going to play it out in Yoruba land. Yorubas are not asking for war. The Biafrans are not asking for war. What they're asking for is that they don't want to be part of a system that stops them from defending themselves against invaders who kill them when you have no chance to fight back. And here is another twist. I told you that the Fulanis, these Fulani killers, they are a bunch of cowards. Okay? So when you want to talk and say, the Yorubas are just making mouth, they cannot even defend themselves, it's simply either you are, genuinely ignorant, or you are just deliberately foolish or intentionally stupid. Are you with me? Today, there is no part of anywhere called part of that Nigeria today that hasn't witnessed the mass killings of these Fulani jihadists. No part. We have witnessed them in Ebonyi. They continue to kill in Ebonyi. We have witnessed their mass killing in Anambra, in Abia. We have seen them in Enugu. We have seen them in the same everywhere. But that is actually not the point. They are not really fighting people. They are not bold enough to appear during the day like Boko Haram would do. You know, when Boko Haram attack a community, they attack during the day, they attack you at night, they attack in the evening, they attack anytime, early in the morning. They attack military bases. They don't do it at night, right? So it gives you the chance to say, oh, we are being attacked, maybe unexpectedly, but a chance to fight back. But Fulani terrorists don't do that. They hide. They use their media to send fear message, scary messages. You will be discussing that. And when they know that, they spy around, they look around. Do you think many people get gone for this village? No, we are not sure. Or do you know where men they, how many men they inside? You know what I mean? They will do the surveillance for a week or more. Some do it for a year. So when they want to come, they will come in the middle of the night when they know that children, women, even all of you who have who just came back from work, tired, sleeping, when you are all sleeping, then they will start burning people's houses. When you are running out of those houses, they will start killing you, shooting you. That is not being brave. So when you listen to any Fulani terrorist who is wearing Babariga and is having a special appearance on TV, making mouth, telling you that we will bring war. No. They are not fighting anything. They are a bunch of cowards. Meanwhile, on the other hand, when they need another better support, what do? They bring in their recruited Boko Haram, repentant Boko Haram, that they have recruited into the Nigerian army. They bring them at night as well. They don't fight during the day. They bring them at night, and they will coordinate the attack. And when they finish, they would leave this vicinity. Police will not come. Military will not come. They will leave all of you for about 24 hours, carrying your dead bodies. When they now hear that you are grouping, you want to fight back, or you know those who attack you. In fact, you know their base. You want to go after them. You are not going at night, oh. You want to go during the day to face them. Then they will bring their military. They will bring their police to your community. They will start arresting your youth. They will start arresting every able-bodied person. They will intimidate all of you and tell you, if you don't keep quiet, you are all troublemakers. Just want to kill you. You are troublemakers. Are you with me? And within 48 hours, they will parade some of the people from your communities. They will say, these are the people who killed Fulanis that led to fight in Ugboro community in Edo. Now, when they push all of that, they will now drag you into it as person from that community. They will say, look at all the things the Igbos are saying. Are they not the one who want to cause war? Look at all the things Sunday Igboho is saying. Is he not the one who want to cause war? A Fulani man, they are killing Fulani. Yorubas are not killing Fulani in Borno. Yorubas are not going to Sokoto to kill Fulani. Yorubas are not killing a Fulani and their cows in Zamfara. Igbos are not in Benue killing anybody. But because the Igbo says, the Biafran says, we will not accept a system that says we should be part of a system that we cannot defend ourselves while we are being killed. And if you try to defend yourself, they will call you a terrorist. And is that not what they are trying? They are so scared. Let me tell you something. They are so scared to publicly call Sunday Igboho a terrorist. If the way they call the Biafrans, you know the story, why they have been stereotyping the Biafrans. So you know the story. And that story means that they are the easy people or easy part of Nigeria that they can blame for every atrocity committed by the Fulani jihadist or terrorists in government. Because they feel like they can at least find allies within the Yorubas, within the Middle Beltans, within the Ijaw community, you know, all that stuff. They believe that they can find allies. So let us gaslight the Igbos. Why are the Igbos being killed in Biafra land? Because they don't want Fulani, because they hate Fulani in Igbo land. So that's why we are killing them. Because they want war. They want to kill. They are intimidating us that we can. What do they mean by they don't want Fulani in Igbo land? Are you following? It's not because they said, Igbo said they want to be the Obi of Sokoto or Obi of Zamfara or Obi of Kaduna. You know what I'm talking about? Igbos are not saying that. They are telling us that they are killing Igbos simply because the Igbos continually say they will not entertain killer herdsmen, Fulani terrorists in Biafra. And in fact, they don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. And a Fulani man will come on the TV. A Fulani woman will come on the TV and will tell you, can't you see that the Igbos are the ones threatening war? Can't you see that the Igbos are the ones who said they will kill Fulani? Can't you hear Nnamdi Kanu saying he will kill Fulani, he will kill this? And you will believe them. And you know why they can't say that about Sunday Igboho? Because the moment they call Sunday Igboho a terrorist, that means they are automatically calling all the Yorubas terrorists. And that's exactly what a real Biafran should feel like. The moment they called Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist and called the IPOB members terrorists, you should have felt it that what they are doing is that they called all of you terrorists. And you know that you agree with them because you believe that you are not a member of IPOB. So you are not a terrorist, Abi. But look at those they are being killed today. All they needed was just for you to agree with them that IPOB are terrorists when you know they are not. Now that you have agreed with them, even though you are Igbo, look at what they are doing to all the Igbos now. Are you happy? Or are you still blaming Nnamdi Kanu? Because they want you to blame him. Oh, it's Nnamdi Kanu that provoked the Fulani. And if Nnamdi Kanu is not talking about Biafra now, maybe they will not be killing the Igbos. So, is that what you are telling yourself? I'll tell you why they are not doing it yet with the Yorubas. They have lost all the attacks on the Biafran has brought about an exposed Bokwari, APC, Egbekegbe, and their Fulanization agenda. Are you following? They believe they had allies in Yoruba land. Now, they have realized that those allies they have in Yoruba land, they are no longer reliable because those allies, they don't control the people, except if they pay people stipend, money, if they bribe them, before the people can say, yay, Ashiwaju awa ole, Ashiwaju awa were, Ashiwaju awon gbe wiri, you know, everybody will be saying, Baba oh, if you try Ashiwaju, you know, that's nonsense. If you don't pay them, they won't say it. Now, the Fulani oligarch have realized that. They have realized that there is now a generation in Yoruba land who no longer listen to the Rabu Rausas they called allies anymore. So, they are now in between. What should we do? Should we just send the repentant Boko Haram to some of these communities in Yoruba land, kill them, threaten them like we did in Benue, so that they will all come back to their senses? If they don't come back to their senses, we'll kill more. We'll activate the same thing in Lagos. When we start killing them, everybody will start begging. They will start begging. Hey, Sunday Igboho has brought the problem. Oh, it is Sunday Igboho. Hey, Sunday Igboho that is asking for you to do a republic. Oh, that is why all this war. Oh, because that is what some of these Buhari Shukus, Obinahari, Nnamdi Hari, and then all these Ngozi Haris of this world, That is what they are shouting now about Nnamdi Kanu. Hey, if not because of Nnamdi Kanu, oh, they will not come and kill us. Oh, is that not a mental problem? Now that's why they have not done that in Yoruba land yet. Because once they do that, Kazagula, it is over. Even though it is already over. So it is now time for us to actually go to the phase 2. Ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà, our Agbekoya in Yoruba land. Olóyè Sunday Igboho, all the lades in Yoruba land. This is a clarion call. You have to call for one thing. And whoever doesn't attend that meeting should be declared a persona non grata in anything that has to do with the Yoruba land. Call a security summit now. Call it within this week. Announce a Yoruba security summit now. All the lades in Yoruba land must be there. And you should now put out a mandate to all the political class in Yoruba land. Governors, reps, senators, House of Assembly members, local government chairmen and women, councillors, and all of them that call themselves political representatives. Put out a mandate now. They have 3 months to deliver an article of independence for Yoruba people, which would then be submitted to whoever want to read it or not want to read it in Abuja. We want something done now. We want that Yoruba Security Summit. An emergency Yoruba Security Summit now. This is where the declaration for the Oduduwa Republic will begin from. Whoever is shying away from this is an enemy in disguise. Are you following me? And if you think this is not what the Yoruba will want, maybe you are not following. In Ekiti yesterday, for those who followed it on social media, all thanks to everyone who brought that to us from Ekiti, from Ado Ekiti yesterday. I have a few that I think I should share with you. The first one is this. Ìlú Èkìtì la wà yìí all the way from Lagos State. Ọ̀sánpá ni wàá sọ Èkìtì àti wọlé. Ó lè ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ báyìí, ó ti yí ẹ. Tóra ń ṣẹlẹ̀. All because of Yoruba nation náà ni. We want Yoruba nation now. Yoruba nation is the answer. Oduduwa Republic is the solution. We don't want Nigeria again. Nigeria is done. Amalgamation, Nigeria is expired. Nigeria is expired country. Femo, we want Yoruba nation now.
Nigeria mọ́. Is it very clear? Listen to the minister. Minister of Defense, Fulani. Minister of Finance, Fulani. Somebody that studied Sharia law is the head of the judicial system. Fulani. Is it very clear to you now how they roll? This is the logical republic. Federal Capital Territory, Fulani. Agriculture, Fulani. Police Affairs, Fulani. Aviation of Fulani. Communication of Fulani. Power, Fulani. Water resources, Fulani. Everything is Fulani. All the 19 northern governors are Fulani except the Benue, Plateau, and Kogi. Every northern, every apart from 4, the rest are all Fulani. Is it very clear to you now how they work? This is the logical republic. Because Fulani have a game plan. From the word go, their game plan is to dominate and subjugate you. Dominate and subjugate. Where is their president from? Fulani. Chief of Staff, Fulani. Chief Justice of Nigeria, Fulani. Senate President of Nigeria is Kanuri, of course, is Fulani. Deputy Speaker is Fulani. The Army Chief of Staff is Fulani. Navy Chief is Fulani. Police IG, Fulani. DSS is Fulani. National Intelligence Agency, Fulani. National Security Advisor is Kanuri, of course, is Fulani. Minister of Defense, Fulani. Fulani. Minister of Finance, Fulani. Is it very clear to you now how they work? This is the logical republic. Federal Capital Territory, Fulani. Agriculture, Fulani. Police Affairs, Fulani. Aviation of Fulani. Communication of Fulani. Power, Fulani. Water resources, Fulani. Everything is Fulani.
Oh, gbogbo ala máa jẹ breakfast. Àsìkò tó ní kálukú máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Summa billahi.
So if you're not following, now that statement, everybody is going to eat his own breakfast. We are just going to eat it different time. Some of you will eat your breakfast so early. Some of you will eat it so late. And you then, very close to your lunch. And you call it a brunch.